it's Evangeline here at eTrailer, and today we have our ARB propane tank holder. This is going to be a carrier that you can attach pretty much anywhere on your ARB base rack and allows you to carry tanks from 5 to 20 pounds. This is going to be a very safe and sturdy way to carry those tanks so that you don't have to worry about it during your adventures. Having a dedicated carrier like this is going to be super big when it comes to safety, because your other options are just going to be storing it inside your vehicle, throwing it on your roof, and strapping it down. This has features designed specifically to make sure that it will reduce wobble of your tank. The way this does that is you have all around security. So you have your bottom base plate that secures to your base rack. You have your brackets cinching the bottom lip of your tank. And then you have this cam buckle and ratchet strap that holds your tank down from above and the sides. While this is designed for your typical 9 kilogram propane tanks, technically, because this can be adjusted, it can fit tanks from 5 pounds to 20 pounds in capacity. I currently have a 15-pound tank, if that gives you an idea for scale. The adjustability doesn't just stop with the types of tanks it can carry, but you can also adjust this to go pretty much anywhere on your rack, since it utilizes the 2 dovetail clamps. So if you have your ARB base rack fully loaded up with all kinds of things for your adventure, you can easily just fit this on over to the corner if needed. And in typical ARB fashion, it's very easy to use those 2 dovetail clamps with the eye bolts on top. Everything is included. Let's go take a look at that process. The very first thing I like to do is just first make sure that everything fits and that I'm familiar with the process of getting this all together. You do have a carrying case included with your kit that you can just put all your little hardware and tools in if you want. Usually people don't utilize this once they have this on their roof. Another thing that you're going to take a look at too is just what type of tank you have, and then we'll fit it together. First, grab your base tray, and ARB recommends putting everything together before you put it on the roof. I like to install it on the roof just because that's a much faster way for me, but it's up to you. So we're going to attach these Y flanges into our tray. Notice how they pivot back and forth. And then we're going to grab our tank and we're just going to set it onto that base tray. You have different options here. If you have a smaller tank, you'll want to push the flanges around your tank. But for larger tanks, if that bottom lip has a larger diameter, you can put the Y bracket underneath and inside the lip. So whichever makes most sense for you, as long as whichever method you have these Y brackets up against that lip. That looks good on both sides. So now we're just going to take this tank off, and some people like to attach their hardware right here. I'm just going to bring this entire system up onto our roof. Here we're going to plan out where we want to put our plate, and this will depend on what other things you have on your tray. So you have 3 options. You could put the plate along one slat like this. You can pivot it around between 1.5 slats of space, or you can fit it in between the 2 slats too, just like that. So once you've figured out where you want it to go, let's do 1.5 today. We're then going to get our dovetail clamps. So you're going to want to undo the eye bolt, then you'll have the flat washer, and then you'll have the 2 dovetail pieces. So we're going to attach our dovetail clamp first to the slat, and then we're going to fit that bolt into the base plate's hole, put that flat washer, and then tighten it down with an eye bolt. Now we're not going to tighten down all the way because I would like to make sure I can still adjust the Y bracket when the tank is on there. Get this up in place. We know that it fits with the Y brackets on the outside of the lip, so we'll get that in there. With everything in place, you then tighten down those eye bolts. Since this is an eye bolt, we're just gonna put a larger screwdriver in there and use that to get our tension. We'll keep going until it's pretty secure, much more secure than you can get by hand. The strap is included and we have two sides. So one has a cam buckle. So we're gonna feed our strap through the cam buckle just like that. Notice where the lever is situated. And this will attach to the eye bolt in the back. That way we can run our strap through our propane tank, through the bottom here for best coverage. And now we're going to attach this strap to our ratchet. So, open this up, feed it through, get that hook in place, and then tighten down. And just like that, everything is secure. I recommend that after every adventure, if you can, double check that all the eye bolts are tightened down and that all your straps are in place. But quick and easy process, you can now carry your propane tank on your ARB rack. This right here was a look at your ARB carrier for your propane tanks, and you saw it at etrailer.com.